Bonjour et bienvenue à Insomnia French. Today we're looking at how to expand your vocabulary, which is very important if you're to be a successful French writer or even in speaking. So let's have a look at some of my hints. Okay, I think there are 5 ways you can really expand your French vocabulary. They are reading, regular use of apps, the website Champ Lexical, which we'll have a look at later, the textbook vocabulary lists, and watching French movies and TV shows. So, for reading, you should aim to get your hands on any French you can, but you've got to try and make it so it's comprehensible. Comprehensible so that you understand it and don't get discouraged. But there's also got to be new words that you learn on the way. Most of them you should be able to learn from the context, but there are words you'll need to look up now and then. So these can be from textbooks. You can look up chapters which haven't been covered in your textbooks and read what happens, read the dialogues, read the articles, and it should be a pretty good level for you. Newspaper or magazine articles. Obviously, we can find these anywhere and you can really look them up and zero in on topics which are of interest to you. Books. Think about books that you know and love very well. If you're able to get your hands on a French copy of it, you're going to understand a lot of it, and the vocabulary you don't know, you'll be able to pick up through context. Using Amazon and Kobo, you can often read the first chapter of books for free. It's just knowing how to search for them, and that should be very helpful. Graphic novels are also helpful because the pictures help you to understand what's going on, and I know a lot of people are very big fans of manga these days. And also ChatGPT. It's amazing how you can ask ChatGPT to write you a story on any topic that's of interest to you in French at a level for whatever your age group is, and it will write it. Normally, the language is not too hard, and it's quite encouraging that you'll be able to understand quite a bit of it. Okay, regular use of apps. Students who use any of these apps tend to do very well. So it's good to use them, get on a streak and see how you go with that. So Education Perfect, which we use a lot here in Australia, is highly recommended. It's got vocabulary lists for almost any textbook, but also looking at the languages in action modules on different topics, you can get more deeper reading and listening articles and texts on there. So it's definitely worth it. Duolingo and Memrise are quite similar, where you practice vocabulary lists and structures and try and get on a daily streak and see how long you can go for. And if you have the time and the money, I also recommend italki, where you can sign up to a tutor and have weekly lessons where the lessons will be tailored to whatever your standard is. So I definitely recommend that as well. The website Champ Lexical is amazing. You just go on there, type in any word which you want to find related words for, and it'll give you a list of tens of words which are related to that topic. You can see here on the screen, I've done insomnia as an example, and I've got all those words that come up. And that creates a ready-made vocabulary list that you might like to study. Textbook vocabulary lists are also good at providing relevant lists of vocabulary, which is good to learn on relevant everyday topics. So, any of those that you can find around are good. Movies and TV shows are also a good way to pick up vocabulary. Obviously, through your chosen streaming service, it's better to watch shows which are originally in French, but if you really have absolute favourite shows which are in English, it's good to put them in French, and you'll pick up a lot of vocabulary from that way. Cinema is also good, and as are film festivals, where we have the French Film Festival in Melbourne in March every year, and it's really good watching movies in their original French. SBS has also got an underrated list of French movies and TV shows which you can watch and do lots of learning from. So, SBS On Demand is that website. Okay, let's do an example now. We're going to look at an exam question and we're going to make a brainstorm and make a vocab list of words related to the key terms. So, here's the question here. You've been elected leader of a group of activists working for the protection of animals. Write the script for a speech to your members explaining why the movement is important and what you hope to achieve together. So, what are the words you might need to brainstorm there? Okay, I've done that there. I brainstormed just 10 words related to animals, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to try and get them into my writing when I answer this question. Okay, here's the example here which I came up with. I won't read through all of that now, but it's there for you to read if you would like to do so. Okay, your turn now. Here is a question which I would like you to answer. You are a famous athlete. You've been asked to inform the members of a youth club about the importance of regular physical activity. Write the script of your speech. This is a question from a previous year's VCE exam. So, first you need to look up the key terms. Well, decide what are the key terms in this question, brainstorm on them, and then try and find a way that you can include that vocabulary in your writing. Please leave your answer in the comments below if you're brave enough. If not, you can email it to me and I'm happy to have a look at it. But using a rich and varied amount of vocabulary is going to be successful in your writing. So I definitely recommend to do all the tips which I've mentioned today. So, bonne chance et dormez bien. Au revoir.